Question of the day. Why do some women choose to fail with good guys who don't want commitment? Let's talk about it. Hey, 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 Charisma here. Welcome back. If you're new around here, hello. So, why do some women choose to fail with good guys who don't want commitment? And we're going to be talking about that as I react to a video by Medium Man, and he's broken it down. So let's jump into what Medium Man has to say about this very topic.
I want women to listen to this, and I want them to understand that there is a subset of men who are really honest and telling you that, hey, I'm not ready to settle down, but if you want to kick it, we can do that. And that's where y'all fail, because you'll see this man, you're aroused by him, you like the way he treats you, and you get involved with this guy thinking that you could change him. But it's not going to happen. He doesn't present as a Pookie or Ray Ray. He ain't got a bunch of baby mamas. He is not the loud alpha in the group. He's not the typical rapper that's a multi-millionaire and things of that nature. No, these guys are taking care of their business. They're on their purpose, and they just want some female company from time to time.
Exactly. And this reminds me of a saying. I think, was it Oprah Winfrey who said it? I don't remember who said it, but it says, when someone show you who they are, believe them. Actually, I think it was Maya Angelou. When someone shows you who they are or tell you who they are, believe them. But 9 out of 10, us women, we don't want to believe the man when he tells us who he is. We always come up with some excuse, for whatever reason or whatever thing he may say. Oh, well, that's not really true. Or maybe I can change him. Or he's just going through something and he's going to, grow out of it. Or getting in and focusing on the man's potential when he tells you, well, this is who I am and this is what I want or I don't want. So, true.
Your job as a woman is not to fall into that trap. But women will hear this and they will look at this guy and they will go out there on the dating market and think that you can change him.
Yeah.
When you cannot.
So I'm not with nobody, because I don't want to hurt nobody. Did it over text, didn't call me. Still got love for your mommy. I know you want to be somebody, even if you got to leave somebody.
And this is where I want to scare women. I'm going to try and explain this as best possible. After that first little, I'm going to cook for you date, the next time that she comes over, I don't let women do anything in my house. Anything. I don't want her to wash my clothes. I don't want her to do any dishes after I cooked her breakfast. I don't want her to make up the bed after I allow her to lay in there while I'm going ahead and cooking, lunch or breakfast for her. And most women will look at that and they'll say, this is great. This guy, he don't want me to do anything. But there's a reason why I'm doing that. It's called manipulation. Ooh. I didn't want you to feel that you gave me anything.
Ooh. Manipulation 101. Let's go.
Because when the relationship ends, you won't feel that you were used. So on the surface level, it looks like I'm treating you like a queen.
Yes.
It looks like you come over my house, you have a great time. I don't let you lift a finger. So when the relationship ends, you won't be able to say, well, I did this, and this for you. Because you'll leave the relationship like, damn, I didn't add any value to this man's life.
He did everything.
Not knowing that was the whole plan in the beginning. Because I didn't want you to get attached.
Ouch.
Because when women know and they see a good guy, they want to add value. Because they want to make sure that you understand that they are useful to you. So they'll try and look at things around the house to make sure, hey, I could buy him wash towels or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get him that. Or I'm going to make sure that I clean the dishes after he cooks breakfast. Because she's going to think about that after the relationship ends. And she's going to use that as an excuse. Well, I did so much for you, but
Yeah.
I found the loophole. If you treat her like a queen and you don't let her do nothing, then she'll leave the relationship once the relationship ends, because it'll eventually end. She'll leave thinking that I added nothing to this guy's life when that was.
Wow. This is deep. I never really thought of it that way. You know, especially a woman who may naturally want to help. But the way he's breaking this down makes a lot of sense, because you're always inclined to always look for some way to help. Yeah, and it's true what he's saying.
Was a whole plan from the jump. I didn't want you to do anything because I didn't want you to use that as an excuse or an example as to why you felt like you were being used, because you weren't used. You were treated like a queen.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything. You didn't lift a finger in my house. When we went out on dates, you didn't pay for shit. When you came over my house, all your snacks was already prepared. And I would even go as far as to say, I would buy her like slippers or slides.
Wow.
So it feels like a personal thing when she comes over. So when she comes over my house for the second or third weekend, she can put her bags down, take her shoes off, and she can get into her slides, not knowing that I'm probably sharing these slides with
oh
women,
no, don't say that. Okay.
Right? And I hope this shit is scaring women to death.
Yeah,
and every
sure.
woman that I've dealt with, that I was dating during that time frame, they all say the same thing. When I was with you, you treated me like a queen. I didn't have to do anything. And the reason why I did that is because, like I said, for one, is to make sure you didn't feel attached and you didn't add anything to my life. And for two, I want to be able to spin the block.
We got to stop taking a badge of honor or bragging about our exes or dudes from our past that spin the block. Just because he come back, that don't mean he want a second chance. That don't mean he regrets something. That don't mean you just all of that in a bag of chips. Most of the time, dudes just be bored. They want an ego boost or they want something convenient. You got to understand, most people, these dudes don't be want to start over, learn somebody new. They know you. They know how to woo you. They've done it before. So they going to spin that block to see if they still got that easy access. And if they do, they going to just see how far they can go. It ain't about commitment. It ain't about you being great.
And when I say spin the block, I
Spin the block. Now, this is news to me. I don't know. Have you ever heard of spin the block? Well, this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
want to be able to contact you later on down the road, maybe 1, 2, 3 years. And you will remember the time that you spent with me where you were treated like a queen. And you'd be like, you know what? I had a great time with that guy. I want to go see him again.
Yeah.
And that's why you always leave on a good note, because you want to be able to spin the block, because your interaction with that woman was never bad. All she remembers is a good time. The only thing that she remembers is that the relationship ended for some reason that we don't understand, and we always make it very vague. And for me, it was very easy because I was in the military and I would deploy a lot. So if I wanted the relationship to end, I would just be like, yo, you know, I'm about to leave. I'm going on the TDY. And we would eventually cut ties like that if I was done with her. So when it's time to spin the block and she sees me on Instagram, she hits me up. Hey, how you been doing? She looks on my page, see that I'm living my best life. And she's like, man, that guy is still in shape. This guy is still doing well for himself. Let me reach out to him to see how he's doing. We start talking. She's like, man, I never been to Virginia. You should let me come out. And ladies, I hope you're paying attention. These are not the Pookies and Ray Rays. These are guys that you don't have to come into their lives and try and change anything. They don't fit any stereotype in regards to this man didn't have this. I had to go pick him up from work. He had to use my car. Absolutely not. These men have their stuff put together. They have careers. They may not be rich, but they got it. They got it together. And they in the gym. I keep stressing that. Go to the gym. It is the equalizer. So these are women that I didn't have any real relationships with. These are relationships that I cultivated based off of being honest. And the way that you cultivate those relationships is to make sure that you treat women well when they're in your presence. And I know a lot of guys, they like to say, well, yeah, I don't like to spin on women. But let me ask you guys a question. What's more expensive? Having a full-time girlfriend for months at a time. She's living with you. She's coming over every day. You got to take care of this woman. You got to spend money on her, and you have her all the time. Or is it more expensive to do the weekend thing and just spend on a little bit of groceries for snacks? You take her out on a nice dinner. You watch a couple movies. You cook for her. And then after the week over, you send her ass home. What's more expensive?
Yep, definitely
Y'all
the
tell
girlfriend.
me. So that's why I never had an issue with paying for anything, because it wasn't consistent. I didn't have to pay for her consistently because she lived her life, and I only seen her about 2 times out of the month. Or if we go to the mall, we go candle shopping, buy her a couple candles, because women like to help you out. Why don't we go to the mall? You can help me pick out the candles that you like to smell, and
But the thing is, though, help me out here, guys. He's saying that it's more expensive to have the girlfriend versus having the chick that you only see a couple times a month. But if you are also seeing other women, 2 to 3 other women, 2 to 3 times a month, or twice a month, that's still going to add up. So in the long run, in my assumption, you may be spending more with having all these multiple girls, even though you're seeing them a couple times a month, because he's talking about spinning the block, but I'm sure you're spinning a block with more than one woman who you've made to feel like a queen when she's in your presence, right? I'm just saying, maybe I got it all wrong, but that's what I'm thinking.
My house. Women like that type of stuff. It gives them agency. You have to give them some agency. So she's like, okay, cool. Let's go to Bed Bath and Body Works or whatever it is. We go there. It's like a nice little date, smelling candles. She's picking out the ones that she likes. And, you end up buying some candles. You buy her a couple of candles and you go your ass back home and you go chill. You go hit that thing throughout the weekend. And you send her ass back to her place. So what's more expensive? Having a full-time girlfriend or a single servant relationship? So that's why I've never had an issue with paying. And also, guys, if you have a skill set in anything in your profession and you can teach a woman something, and I've touched on this before, you need to be able to teach these women something before they leave your house, because they'll never forget that. I've taught women how to buy homes. I've taught women how to invest in the stock market. And I'm also a certified combat arms instructor. Wow. Most women do not know how to shoot. Yeah. They have weapons, or they may want to get a weapon, and they've never been to a gun range. So you know what I do?
Lean into it.
Wow.
Every woman that I deal with,
medium man got it down pat, I'm telling you.
I always teach them how to handle a firearm. I always teach them how to shoot, and I always teach them how to maintain a firearm. This is something that most women do not know how to do. So I'm adding a little bit of value to their lives because of the fact that they're going to leave and be like, you know what, girl? He taught me how to shoot a weapon. He taught me all of this stuff, girl. She's going to talk about you in a positive light. And also, I told the story where I taught this woman how to buy a home because she was scared that she didn't qualify. I walked her through the process. Until this day, she still thanks me for the home that she bought. The same thing with learning how to cook. I know how to cook. My mom taught me how to cook. So I made sure that every woman that I dealt with, I would show them, hey, this is how you cook this, because I grew up in California. I know how to cook Mexican food. So tacos are my specialty. It's damn near like 10, 20 women out there that think I only cook tacos for them because I made it a special thing for them. They always request that I make tacos. And the only reason why I'm telling you guys all this is because of the fact that these are the intangibles. A lot of men aren't born with, are blessed with the genetics of height. And I'm going to keep saying this. I'm 5'8" and 3/4, 5'10" with Timbs. So I've done very well in the dating market. And that all comes from being honest. So I want women to listen to this, and I want them to understand that there is a subset of men who are really honest and telling you that, hey, I'm not
Here they
ready
are.
to settle down, but if you want to kick it, we can do that.
Hmm.
And that's where y'all fail, because you'll see
Mhm.
this man, you're aroused by him, you like the way he treats you, and you get involved with this guy thinking that you can change him.
Yep.
But it's not going to happen. He doesn't present as a Pookie or Ray Ray. He ain't got a bunch of baby mamas. He is not the loud alpha in the group. He's not the typical rapper that's a multi-millionaire and things of that nature. No, these
Mhm.
guys are taking care of their business. They're on their purpose, and they just
Hmm.
want some female company from time to time.
Yeah.
Your job as a woman is not to fall into that trap.
And don't be like, oh my God, I found the perfect husband. Oh my God, he can cook. You see, his place is all set up, it's all clean. And he didn't let me lift a finger. Oh, he's a perfect man. Don't fall for it.
But women will hear this and they will look at this guy and they will go out there on the dating market and think that you can change him when you cannot. You absolutely can't, because he is a purpose-driven man. It's that simple.
Mm. And there you have it. I guess this episode is for the ladies and also for the men. Ladies, don't fall or don't fail for the good guys who don't want commitment. When a man or woman tells you who they are, believe them. Take them at their word. Believe them. If he says that, he doesn't want a commitment, he just wanted to kick it, and you agree to that, don't try to change him. And ladies, be self-aware, be aware of what's happening out there, how manipulation is rampant on both sides, because women are very manipulative as well when it comes to the dating market. So I would love to hear from you. Have you employed as a man any of these tactics during dating? Have you employed any of them? Do you let women know who you are? Do you tell them up front, this is who I am? This is where I'm at in my life. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. And you tell them, you're up front. You don't try to hide anything. And that may never be enough telling the truth, because women will still want to change you in any case, like Media Man was just talking. So I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below whether you're watching this episode on YouTube or on one of the podcast platforms. I want to hear from you, and I look forward to it. And as always, until next time, take care and bye for now.